Tribe of fantasy football people who play fantasy football because that's what we do. That's how we like to live our lives and spend our Tuesday nights with the bald men. The
Yeah,
bald men.
I think that's a good way to typify us. We are bald.
Yep,
We are men. Yeah,
we are them. Yep.
yeah.
And we don't have our unbald man. The unbald man is not here.
It's a
He's
soft
out.
benching.
Yeah.
Soft benching at this point in time. We're not going to hide it. Just joking. We're not soft benching Dak. He is still on IR. He's handling
Mhm.
some personal business. That's
Calf.
good personal business.
Calf injury.
So it's a calf injury.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going with calf injury today. So he's on IR.
Yep.
Yeah, he was questionable all week, and then just not making for game time. But it's okay. It's okay.
It's
We're
not
still
good,
here.
Bob. But he's all right. We think he'll be back next week. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're going to put him on the practice field. We're going to, keep some beat reporters staring at him as he walks around.
Yes.
And we're going to see if things are going to be looking good for us.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, Matt, I just want to start this part off with how many. Okay, tell me how many leagues you're in. Let's start with that.
Oh, Jesus.
Would you give us a round number? Okay, no, you can count. You can count your leagues.
Yeah.
Tell me something. How many playoffs?
I've been going with 10. I'm somewhere between 9 and 11, but I just been telling people 10. I haven't actually counted them. I think it's 10, and I'm going with 10. And that seems
fine.
right to me.
Okay.
I am in the playoffs.
Are we not counting family? We're not counting family leagues, though. Can't count leagues that you're in your own.
Okay, then we're doing 9. But that my family is most interesting. My family leagues, there are 4 playoff spots left, and 8 people are fighting for them. There's 8 people.
Oh shit!
There's 7 and 6 or 8 and 5.
Fantasy's been tight all around. Like league round, like there's a lot of parity in every league. Dynasty, region, doesn't matter. There's been a lot of parity like up to the last week.
Because there's only been like 3 players who've been consistently busting ass.
Yes,
and everyone else has kind of been a wiggly jiggly fuck most years. But it's been a good fantasy football year for me. Yeah, there's only one time I thought about killing myself, but that was only a gentle suicide, not hard K killing, soft killing myself. But most of my other leagues, I'm kicking ass, and it's a good time. Got a couple of buys. I was able to sneak into the playoffs in the most important league. I was able to get the Rock mic skills off in the group chat.
All right.
I was able to. I'm squeezed into the playoffs at 7 and 6, even though I'm not securely in. I feel comfortable in. How are you doing, Yanni? Where are you at?
Okay. Let me quickly go through. I should have been counting while you were talking. Jesus. Well, I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm just gonna say objective. I'm doing pretty good. I'm gonna give you numbers really quick. I'm in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not counting family leagues. I'm in 10 leagues. So 10 leagues. And I have playoffs. Clinched in 1, 2, 3, and a possible 4 and 5. Possible 4 and 5. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Average.
Yeah, but the point being is that I think the real biggest point is that all of these I talked shit in profusely are leagues I'm doing absolutely awful in because I thought I was going to be like the guy. Like 2 of the leagues, like one of them is Superflex League. I had Joe Burrow. I have Puka, and I have JSN. And this team has been ass because CJ's been ass. Burrow's been hurt. So I talked shit in that league. Not in any playoffs. I'm actually eliminated. I'm 8 and 18. Then another league is a single QB league. I have Drake London. I have Puka. I have Joe Burrow. I have Chase Brown. I have people, and it's just I'm probably not going to get in. I still could get in technically, but I didn't count that one because I know probably like not going to get in. Like I still could like last week, but I don't know. So in the leagues that I don't care, not say I don't care, but the leagues that I didn't have the highest hope in, it's like, okay, I'm just going to set my lineup, or I'm just going to try my best. I'm just going to give it a great try. I'm in. I got in. I got obviously your league. Your league, I have freaking Bryce Young and Trevor Lawrence as my quarterbacks. And I'm a top 3 team. So fantasy is something that breaks our mental health. It does, because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but we love it. And I am in a couple of leagues where one league particularly where that league Yanni's referring to, I'm terrible. But no one cares about our leagues as much as they care about their own. And for this week is the playoffs for a lot of people. Like this is where the playoffs start for a lot. A lot of people desperately need wins this week.
badly.
Bad, right? Like I need to win. I need this guy to lose, and I need a little fairy dust to tinkle something. You know, then
like I want to sabotage somebody's phone. They set their lineup type shit. Like I need it so bad. Yeah.
It's getting real, but this is what we live for. This is when the group chats get a little more active because people see where they're at in the standings, right? The insecurities shout out a little bit more. The boasters post a little harder, right? So this is perhaps the best week for fantasy football because you're either in it and you're ride it or die in it, and you're really watching every single game with intent and distinction, or you are already out and you're just kind of playing with your dick or pussy. Or playing with your bob.
Or well, that's true. It could be, or maybe if you have both, I don't know. Yeah. Some people have both. Okay, let's get to what even happened. What even set up this last week? That's gonna be crazy. Let's talk about what happened in this week 13, and really who did their thing. A surprising name is at the top of this list.
Let's hear it.
A name that has gone through a lot. You know, some people. I think he's misunderstood. Well, everybody in fantasy backs him, and everybody that's not in fantasy thinks he's selfish. It's AJ Brown. It's AJ Brown. Obviously, in the real life, people are like, AJ Brown, you're being a nuisance. You're being annoying. Your team's winning.
He is being annoying, and he is being a bit of a nuisance. I think we all agree upon that. For just
but they've been winning pretty ugly. So it's like they haven't been playing their best ball. So I mean, he's still kind of right about it, and maybe he was trying to be good about it, but it didn't. But the point being, fantasy wise, is that he had the best game of the week with a stat line of 12 targets, 10 catches, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 35 points, which is amazing. It's amazing. That's the AJ Brown that you wanted. Like, not, I mean, obviously he can get 35 points, but you're probably thinking more like along the lines of 17, 15, like 20 ball. Like, this is the AJ Brown you wanted. But obviously they lost, so it's like, but I still think AJ Brown, I think they're coming around. The play calling is getting called out weekly on a national stage, and he's heating up. This is his third straight double digit week. Obviously 11, 25, and 35. And they need games. They need to lock up the division. So I think they're gonna keep on feeding him. I think things are looking good for him.
Yeah, third straight week with over 10 plus targets. He's bitched and moaned himself into a healthy 10 targets a game.
Yes, he has,
which is great for fantasy football players. Not so great for Saquon Barkley owners. However, like I think this is the AJ Brown where everyone kind of expected. Even like last year, he had weeks like this, like he would just explode randomly, and he's gotten back to form. However, his lows were a little bit lower this year, but I'm happy for him. Shout out to AJ Brown, he's back. For those who traded him away, sorry. For those who traded for him, congratulations. And you have Las Vegas in the playoffs, and you have Washington Commanders in the playoffs, dark green. But if he could make it past the Chargers,
I think they still got to throw. I still like him for AJ because I just think that the Chargers are not a defense that are going to allow the Eagles to do like bullshit dink and dunk safe ball shit that they thought they could spam. Yeah, you're gonna have to really hoop, and to hoop, you're gonna have to throw it to your alpha wide receiver one. So I still like him for that matchup still, and I obviously love him for the dark greens like you mentioned, Las Vegas and Washington. Matt's guy is next, Bijan.
So happy Bijan makes me happy, man. There's something about Bijan, the way he plays, and the way his hair's so cool. Everything about him makes him happy. And then Tyler Algier comes in and ruins my fucking day every fucking time. But then Bijan comes back in and just makes me fucking gloat. Like, just makes me a fucking proud fantasy man.
Matt has had rookie picks for a lot of years, but Matt's proudest rookie pick was getting shares of Bijan. I think Matt's probably down the line gonna be really happy with Caleb Williams as he's coming around, but Matt's been really, really happy with his Bijan shares and getting Bijan. Obviously, rightfully so, because he had 23 carries, 142 yards, a touchdown. Then he also had 7 targets, healthy, 5 catches, and 51 yards for 30 points. So, I mean, yeah.
Granted, it gets the Jets, so I'm gonna tamper my expectation. Everyone has a great game against the Jets. We expected it for Bijan. If he didn't have a great game, there might have been a revolt. And some nasty shit's going on in Atlanta down here.
Especially without no Drake London. Yeah, you definitely better have a fucking great game.
Exactly. And what's the Morris? What's the coach's name? People are tired of his shit.
Raheem.
People are tired of this shit. People are tired of the whole organization down here. So luckily for everyone, for everyone's sanity, Bijan got off, and we're able to escape through the Jets L with a peace of mind, even though they lost to the Jets.
That's not in real life. That's not good. You lost to the Jets. I think Raheem's in trouble. Matt's like, I don't give a fuck, man. Raheem, Matt's like, as long as Bijan went up, I'm good.
Keep Bijan on the field 87% of the time, baby. Let's ride out with that. That's what I like to see. Give him some touchdowns, okay? Touchdown opportunities, Raheem. Don't fuck this up. We're getting close, okay?
All right. So for these 20s, we're going to go through names that are obviously unheralded, but they scored obviously higher than 20 points this week. We have J-Mo, obviously stepped up when Amon-Ra went down. He had 10 targets, 7 catches, 144 yards, a touchdown, 27 points. That's pretty good. And obviously, man, you know what the nastiest, not the nastiest, but you know what the hardest room to figure out is? The wide receiver room to figure out? The Green Bay Packers. Without Tucker Kraft, it's like it could literally be my aunt on my mom's side. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's the top wide receiver for a week. That wouldn't surprise me.
I think you gotta go Christian Watson. I think Christian Watson. It's just literally the same thing it's been 3 years ago. For the past 3 years, like literally, if Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs were playing, it's like Christian Watson, then Romeo Doubs. When Watson's out, then the only person you can trust is Romeo Doubs. Like, throw a little Reed in there, right? Reed
a little bit of Reed,
We tricked everyone to think he used to be the next fucking guy that traded a one-on-one for him. Fuck Daniel Reed. But like it's been like when those two are healthy for the past 3 years, it's been consistent. It's those two. And I think next year Watson got an extension. I don't know if Dobbs is gonna get paid, but if next year if it rolls around, those two on the roster, I'm gonna go with that same narrative that it's gonna be those two the only people you can start.
These are the only people you can start past like after Kraft. Obviously, we understood Kraft is set aside. Kraft is like their guy.
I mean, yes, but he could have a TJ Hawkinson. Coming back from an injury, and now I look very focused on.
That's true.
Same thing with Kyle Pitts, but it takes a little time. We still have hope for Hawkinson.
I'm
sure this was a segue to Wicks.
Yes, it was. You're right. You read that right. Segue into Wicks. Obviously, there's 7 targets, 6 catches, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, 27 points. So there's that.
Can I mention something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I see shit like this, it just makes me like wonder how much fun playing in a best ball league would be in. Like if you just have like these fucking Wicks and these Adonai Mitchells and just these fucking guys.
Those names are coming up.
Just hanging around on your team and just get an explosion. Like it just makes you happy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like no one's happy with this Wicks thing. Like because you weren't allowed to be happy someone started it.
Nobody freaking like if you're in the league and you started Wicks, you're too deep in. like you need to go touch some grass. If you're in a league that you had to start Wicks, obviously I'm gonna talk about Adonai Mitch, like Matt said, or Devon Vele, like you're too deep in. No, there's no way.
Yeah, but that's what I think the best ball idea is cool of getting a dynasty best ball league where you just kind of rack it and just have no waivers. Like just not everyone has someone. Like the only like that you have 6th round rookie drafts. I know it's fucking ridiculous, but like hear me out. Like and everyone's always picked up for it, and then someone explodes, you get that explosion, and you know to look at it or pay much attention to it because it just feeds itself. It's a self-feeding child. That's great. That's all we ever want.
The self-feeding child. Matt is advertising auto leagues, and I hate it.
Yeah,
we'll talk about this more later on. Oh my god! All right, Matt did mention a name. He revealed one. Adonai Mitchell looked like he had a great time. 12 targets. I can't say he looked great because I didn't watch that freaking Atlanta New York Jets game. I wasn't gonna watch that. But 12 targets, 8 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown, 24 points. That's awesome.
So, Yanni, I know that majority of leagues, the trading is off, except for the best league of all time that allowed to have trading going on continuously throughout the year. Shouts to you, Easy. Shouts to my Nigerian friends. Okay.
Nasty.
Beautiful. Anyways, how do you navigate Adonai Mitchell? What is his value? Because he's a young wide receiver. He is on a new team, New Horizons. They have no one else other than Garrett Wilson, and Garrett Wilson is going to need a little buddy. And Adonai Mitchell, we've seen him make plays where it's like, wow, that's mildly impressive. But we also seen him make plays like this guy fucking is dumb. And he doesn't know what he's doing, right? So where would you rank as a former Mitchell sniffer?
I'm a current one.
Okay, please go ahead. Sniff away.
What honestly I think we're gonna do with him is I think that you're probably asking about pricing. Pricing wise, with no Garrett Wilson coming, I don't think Garrett Wilson's going to play anytime recently. There's no incentive to. He's already got his extension. They know that he's part of their core going forward, and they can't win anything. So this is really Adonai Mitchell's time to show like why I should be wide receiver 2. I think by the end of this year he locks that shit up, and I would say like I don't. Yes, it's mid-second or like mid-second starts the conversation without disrespect, but I would say like if he keeps getting fed in this manner, there's no way that you can that he's going for anything cheaper than a high second, let alone late first. Like there's no way. I mean,
late first.
Listen. Like you said, somebody has to offload that pressure, and I'm just saying. Hold on, I'm just saying that Adonai Mitchell could be somebody to look to pick up, because by the time he gets rolling, right? Like, okay, now I'm not saying first, but I do think that you pricing him at a mid-second might be underpricing. I think high second is the only middle ground.
First off, the Jets fucking suck. Let's start there.
They're getting a different QB.
Garrett Wilson comes into town. He's taking 12 targets a game.
That's fine. He should.
Great, but is he that great for a second? I don't even know if it's a second word. I would say a third.
Oh, then if you're selling Adonai Mitchell for a third, then you're just an idiot, because like no.
Why not?
Like no.
I don't know. I like thirds. I'm a fan of thirds. Gianni, we have a question.
We do have a question in the chat. Okay.
Shout out to you, Twins fan.
I'm going to put this on the screen. We have a question. First question of the day. So he wants to know, Matt, I'm going to let you take this. Are we starting Justin Jefferson in the playoffs?
So here's the thing. I have Justin Jefferson in the leagues I care about the most, because I love him the most. I love Justin Jefferson with all my heart, which really makes JJ McCarthy's face very punchable for me, because that's how much I love Justin Jefferson. Every week, JJ McCarthy's face goes increasingly more punchable than it was before. I'm going to start out with that. Are we going to start Justin Jefferson in the playoffs? Let's look at the schedule. Washington Commanders, dark green. Dallas, dark green. Giants, dark green. Detroit Lions, dark green. Fellas, ladies, and Bob, we have to start Justin Jefferson. I know it's going to be ugly. I know you're going to really want to put Adonai Mitchell ahead of him. I know I've been thinking about putting Xavier Worthy ahead of him. I know Wan'Dale Robinson, like, should I put him ahead of Justin Jefferson?
Oh, man, Wan'Dale, I mean, that's a shit. I don't know, man, but yeah, I get your point. But go ahead.
We just have to do it. One, I mean, if you have someone better, a better option that makes you happier, or low, because you probably drafted them pretty high. But like with JJ McCarthy, oh, god damn it, fuck, 8 points, 11 points, 7 points, fuck. I have to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm committed to him. As a sign of love.
Matt's gonna be committed to a mental asylum after this is done.
I think with the matchups you have to do it. It's gonna be tough to talk you off the ledge. For me. Now if I had a Cortland Sutton, do I start? I still start Justin.
Ew, no. Like, yeah, you're right. It's just Like
it comes down it comes down to what tier. All right, sorry, but bear with me. I know we're taking a lot of time on this question, but I think it's worth for me as a dynasty owner myself.
No, like a lot of people have Justin Jefferson. They want to know. Yeah, what do you do? This is a 104.5 at latest.
I'm starting Ted McMillan over him. Starting Michael Pittman, Waddle, Devontae Smith, Lam McConkey, Stephon Diggs. I gotta go JJ over Stephon Diggs. I gotta go JJ.
Yeah, they're spreading it around over there. Yeah,
Rome Odunze. Got to go Justin Jefferson over Odunze. Just with that schedule, Rome Odunze has to be consistent enough. Keenan Allen.
He's kind of cooled off. He's kind of cooled off too.
Going JJ again. DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf passed 4 games, 6 points, 9 points, 14 points, 6 points. I gotta go JJ. Yeah. Zay Flowers gave you negative points this week.
Ew.
Right, so like, going down this list, it's like, okay, Romeo Dobbs. You gotta go. Like, who are you benching him for?
Yeah.
Jacoby Myers.
Yes,
on that one.
I like that.
Jacoby Myers, I might put over him. Juwan Jennings has been getting a lot of TDs, perhaps. Alec Pierce.
But still no. I mean, I like it, but still no, because I feel like you'll really, really rue the day that because they don't need Alec Pierce to win. So the exact moment that you put Alec Pierce over JJ. JJ gets force fed, and he gets, and then Alec Pierce in real life, the Indianapolis Colts still win the game, and Alec Pierce like maybe gets like 6 points, and it's like, yeah, didn't really need to. We don't have to go through Alec Pierce. So yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't tempt fate that way.
Brian Thomas, Justin Jefferson. So we're getting pretty.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing like back end wide receiver too. Like that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing he's in the Cortland Sutton. He's in the Devontae Smith. He's in the Jameson Williams. He's in the back end wide receiver too.
Yeah,
and that's
where he's at right now.
He's starting him right.
I mean, he's 18. He's wide receiver 18 right now in the year. So I mean, that's where he's at. So it is what it is.
So that's where we fell. Back end wide receiver 2, and just hope the matchups pay off. And just hope JJ McCarthy got like embarrassed enough. I don't think embarrassment is his problem. I think accuracy, footwork, and talent is his problem.
All right. Well, we spent a little bit of time on that. Obviously, we have comments in the chat. Gus is saying that, obviously, we obviously with comments, we just kind of obviously talk about them instead of putting them on screen. But obviously, he's obviously for trades being all year round outside of the postseason, because he's scared of people doing sketchy trades around.
Why are you scared of people doing sketchy trades in the postseason?
But also, Dak echoed this last time too in the chat on the pod.
If anything, like that's the time the biggest things will fucking happen. Like, let's imagine someone's quarterback goes down, or they have Lamar Jackson, and like, holy fuck, I will pay you a first for Jacoby Brissett right now. You see, right? There's a lot of other ways where the stains go in the other directions and immensely. Yes, you're paying for a championship, but hey, the other people are already out the fucking playoffs anyways, right? Right? Like I don't know. I think people fall this like, oh, we have it. And I thought about the Dak's argument last time. He was like, oh, why don't NFL teams and NBA teams, all that stuff, why do NFL teams have trade deadlines? Well, guess what? NFL teams don't have super flexes either. We're playing fantasy football. We're not playing the NFL. Okay?
Oh, my God.
We're playing a fucking game about a game. And if we want to make transactions, the biggest things that happen, the biggest things are going to happen when someone's desperate and they really need that first or really need a win, and they're going to pay you a first and a second for Wan'Dale Robinson. That's what the stain's going to fucking happen.
I mean, I'm not saying that possibly wrong. I'm just saying I think people are more worried about all of a sudden you're gearing up for a championship weekend, and all of a sudden somebody freaking adds like they add Derrick Henry to the team. It's like, okay, like what in the fuck?
Yeah.
But you're obviously Derrick Henry was not gotten for free. Obviously, he was gotten like it was a stain. I get that, but nonetheless, it just feels nasty. The whole thing feels nasty. That's all. But I get your point. I'm not saying you're not right, because I'm more than sure that person probably absolutely raked him.
A lot of stains are going to happen. Like if you have playoff opening the trades or trades open the playoffs, a lot of stains are going to happen for the teams not in the playoffs. A lot.
No, of course, yes. No, you're absolutely right. I believe that. I think people are more worried about like people being farmed, but that's more here or there. But
that's the whole game.
Yes,
that's what the game is.
So I'm gonna quickly run through these names that are in the 20-point category that are unheralded. Obviously, Devin Vele, he had 23 points. That was on 8 targets, 8 catches, 93 yards, touchdown. Then we have Bryce Young. I'm gonna shout him out because he's been getting shitted on. Obviously, Bryce Young had 22 points. He had
Panthers. The Panthers. What are Panthers doing over there, man? What's going on?
No, beating the Rams was different, but unless they beat them, yeah, 22 points, 15 to 20, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 5 carries, 23 yards. Yeah, he heard the slander. He's like, I need that win for people to get off my back. I'm gonna have that one win where if the year ends bad, people are gonna say, oh, they beat the Rams though. Like he needed that and he got it. Shout out to him.
Bryce Young's game log. It's just so fucking bizarre. Like look at the ranking. It's just red. And then like 3 greens, a QB8, QB2, QB4. Other than that, he's horse shit. Like,
absolutely.
Like shooting you in the foot.
Somebody was saying, I think somebody posted it. I think it was like one of Sleeper accounts posted is like Bryce Young 3 times a year, and they put Drew Brees. Like he just Drew Brees randomly 3 times a year, and the rest of the year he's just shit. And because he does it against good teams, it's like, oh, that's that guy. Who was it? Who does this? God, I think I tweeted about it, and I'm like, of course this person does this. Like they'll be getting shitted on, and they'll have this one game. It wasn't Bryce Young. I forgot what sport this is. I think it was football, where it's like they'll just absolutely carve up a team, and it's like, oh great, now we're gonna be holding on to this for the next 2 years because that's what they do. But yeah, he's doing it too. Going through the rest of the names really quick though. Marcus Mariota going to shout him out. Obviously, he's usually not on this list. 22 points, 28 of 50, 28, obviously 28 out of 50, 294 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 10 carries, 55 yards. And then Jakobi Meyers, one of Matt's guys, got to give him respect. Obviously, him and Trevor loves everybody that's not BTJ, basically, including Jakobi Meyers now. 21 points, 6 catches, 6 targets, 90 yards, and a touchdown. And then the last few names, we got some other 20 balls here. We got Chuba Hubbard, 20 points. Chuba Hubbard, 20 points, 2 catches.
Took his job back. He took his job back.
He did. 20 points, 2 catches, 2 targets, 41 yards, touchdown. He also had 17 carries, 83 yards. He had a really good game actually against the Rams. Kimani Vidal, 20 points, 1 catch, 1 target, 11 yards. He also had 25. Is that 25? That's 25 freaking carries, 126 yards, 1 touchdown against Las Vegas. And then we have RJ Harvey, 20 points for him, 13 carries, 35 yards, but 2 touchdowns.
RJ Harvey season tier, Yanni? Are we officially?
No, I don't know. People were shitting. He said he looked bad, but I mean, he got in the box, and he also had 4 targets, 3 carries. 4 targets, 3 catches, 27 yards. And
I didn't watch much of the game.
Looks
like he
that was
had
it.
Under 50% of the carries, but he got the end zone twice. So did you watch the game?
I did not. I'm not gonna lie. I did not watch that game.
I gave up. I already won in fantasy. I was like, this game's irrelevant. I have none of these players that have moved down with life.
Yeah,
bad podcaster, I guess.
No, I mean, who wants to watch that? Nobody wants to watch that.
Especially week 13 and you already secured the W, or your fate's already decided.
Yeah, you're not gonna watch that game. But yeah, so there's that. We've been pretty positive. Now it's time to get negative.
Before we start off with negative, Dak is not here.
Yes.
You mentioned this a little bit earlier, and I just thought about it, and I think it's worth bringing up.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Thomas Jr., man, in a redraft league, do you just drop him as the biggest fucking poison pill of all time? Do you just drop him and just watch someone pick him up and
start him? Oh my god,
nuke the team, bro. Because like. Even if he has a good game, you don't start him next week. Like he's been so bad. Yeah, he's been so bad. If he has a great game, he's gonna need 2 or 3 great games to give.
I'm so frustrated because it's like, was Mac that accurate that he's like placing the ball in his hands? Because he wasn't, but it's like him and Trevor can't get on, but then Trevor's able to get on with everybody. Parker Washington, Travis Hunter, fucking Jakobi Meyers is off the tarmac for 2 seconds. And him Jakobi Meyers are like Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison. So what is it about him? I don't know.
Dude, it's a number of targets he had. Like he was getting like 13 targets a game with Mac Jones, and now it's just down to like half. Now he had 3 last week. 5, like it's going down. His performance is going down. Like people's faith is going down. Like you couldn't perform against the Tennessee fucking Titans, bro. The team's terrible. They actively tank. The worst team, literally the worst team in the league, and you had a terrible game, and you're on the field 75% of the time.
Yeah, the Titans are fucking bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've lost all. I actually went on a rant in a conversation about the Titans yesterday. Like because I kind of traded Cam Ward for. What's his name? Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's fucking 3 years from being 40. And it's like, I don't even give a fuck. And I don't feel bad about it. Obviously, now it does help that Matthew Stafford's like probably the MVP front runner. But even if he was just regular, even if he was just like Pro Bowl Matthew Stafford, Cam Ward's not like, he's not good enough to pull that organization up. He's a mid quarterback, but the Titans are an ass. Like they got like, for a quarterback to come into the Titans and help them win, they have to be Stanford Cardinals, Andrew Luck. Like that's like the minimum requirement. That's how bad the Titans are. But yeah, like I wouldn't touch anything the Titans do until they get like a savant GM running the show, or like they get like the QB, like the next wonderkind at quarterback. Other than I'm not touching them.
They just got to draft offensive linemen for the next 8 years. We have another comment in the chat here. Another comment in the chat.
All right, okay. Another comment in the chat. Somebody says that you're saying you're shit. This is from FNG Gaming 22.
What's up, FNG Gaming? I want to put it up on the screen here. I just want to get a close look at this guy. I want to see what this is.
Okay, quick look.
That didn't help.
That didn't help. So okay, put it down. But
he's black. You call me Matt dude instead of Matt. I'm assuming he's from the Nigerian league. Let me take a guess. That's my wild guess.
Well, I just think that he thinks you're trash, which is true. You are trash.
I'm not trash. Not trash at all.
Okay.
We should make a trade. Work something out.
All right.
Trading in that league.
All right. Deals. Let's get to the negative parts, man. Let's not avoid it because I know that this is another painful part. We're gonna have to talk about it. Let's start from the bottom of the bad performances. CJ Stroud, 22 points, 22 to 35. I mean, not 22 points. Sorry, 22 to 35, 276 yards and an interception, 9 points. Now you're starting CJ in Superflex leagues. Shit, you probably might be starting CJ in some redraft single QB leagues, and that didn't help. Not from a spot that scores most points. That doesn't help. Next name is a.
Can we dive into that? Can we dive into that real quickly?
We can do that. Yeah.
I had a discussion with my brother the past week, and I think this is true. I think quarterback, like in the real NFL, I think quarterback range, QB 18 to QB 45, they're all the fucking same. They're all the fucking same talent-wise. They're all the same. Like, we're just going to try to make it through with you today. Like today, this Sunday, we're going to try to survive with you as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And Davis Mills has been outperforming CJ Stroud in every output as a backup quarterback. I just want to throw that out there. So if you have CJ Stroud on your team, this could be a very Kyler Murray situation. This could get very sticky.
Well, he has to have multiple years. Kyler's on the way up because it's been multiple years. This is CJ's
third year. He had one great year, which kind of helped him. Kyler had two or three great years.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's in succession. So I'm saying like rent's due at the end of this year because the defense is still like keeping them afloat. Obviously, they won some games they weren't supposed to. So if CJ has two passes to this in real life, if CJ can turn some shit on and have some like for example, like Bryce Young has that game where he tore up the Rams, like. Games like that put people away. Like, all right, just relax. We're okay. He needs like two of those games, like between like it can be one this season and then one in the playoffs, or shit. I don't know. Maybe have both in the playoffs. Like that'll help. But it has to be two of them had to happen because if you go into next year without those games, rent is due on you. It just is.
CJ Stroud played in 9 games. Davis Mills played in 3 games. They both have the same number of top 15 quarterback finishes.
Not good.
Yeah, not good, Bob. Not good.
Okay, we'll come back to that. But yeah, you are running the pink slips, CJ, man. Got to get better. Saquon Barkley, you spent the first. You spent a first or a second, obviously in redraft. So I have to bring this up because it's lost you a week for sure. 13 carries, 56 yards. Yeah, probably lost some people a season. 13 carries, 56 yards, 5 points. Like you're starting Saquon in all leagues. You spent like a top 24 pick to get him in all leagues. This sucks.
He's in a Justin Jefferson treatment, bro. Look at his playoff stats. His playoff weeks. Las Vegas, green. Washington Commanders, dark green. Buffalo Bills, dark green. You have to start him in the playoffs every single time. You got to start him over Rico Dotto. You got to start him over Chuba Hubbard. I know it's not fun. I know he's going to hurt you, and he's making you sad. You probably didn't make the playoffs. Right now, if you have him on your team, actually, I have one team that's scraping by with him. Only one.
That's true.
There's options out there, but like if you have him on your team and you have to start him in the playoffs. You have to.
If you get there. Next names these are all 3 well-known names. Only one name has had PTO though. The other 2 names are really concerns. This is a concern name. Lamar Jackson, man, 17 to 32, 246 yards, an interception, 2 fumbles lost, 6 carries, 27 yards, 5 points. Like what's going? Like he's been bad.
This is as bad as he's ever been in his career.
Yes,
like, literally ever in his career. Like fantasy output for 4-week stretch. I don't think he's had a single 4-week period.
Lamar Jackson has lost like someone that we know.
Shout out to you, Marcus.
Shout out to you, Marcus. He's literally lost people playoff spots.
Raiders, his team. Marcus's team is built upon Amon-Ra St. Brown and Lamar Jackson. And when one of them goes down, so does his team. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
Action
Lamar
Jackson
definitely tanked it. Yeah, because Amon-Ra's been pretty solid this year. But yeah, 4 points, 7 points, 5 points in the last 3 weeks. Yeah, that's literally, yeah.
Those are like worse than BTJ numbers. Those are worse than like RB.
This is QB numbers.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
This is worse than tight end. This is worse than starting fucking Gunnar Helm, and he's super flex. What outperformed Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Conversations are gonna be had, but it's hard to have conversations because he's won 2 MVPs. But
we're looking at Cincinnati. We're looking at Cincinnati. He had 7 points against Cincinnati.
They got me and you starting. They got me and you starting in the defense.
That is insane. And
Cincinnati's a slum buster.
And those were matchups. The person who had Lamar Jackson was salivating over. They're like coming like when he came back. It's like, okay, I got a couple of the Reds, but I got the Jets, Cincinnati. He has Pittsburgh next. You bench him, right?
You're benching Lamar. At this point,
you bench for Mariota. You bench it for Brissett. You bench it for Yanni. I'm gonna say it. You bench for Tyrod Taylor.
Whew, shit. I don't know if I can eat that one, man.
Yeah.
But we're getting close. We're getting close, but I can't do that. But I'm with you. Yeah, he's
doing worse
now.
than JJ McCarthy in the past 4 weeks. JJ McCarthy missed a game, bro. That's how bad he's been. That's pretty fucking bad, bro.
Yeah, being better than 9 is
being worse than JJ McCarthy. Only him and Jamarcus Russell can say that. I put a stat about I found so many stats about the Vikings QB situation. They said if you were to spike the ball,
yes, the QBR one,
the whole season,
you would have had a higher QBR than him and Brosmer did. Yeah,
that's insane.
It's been pretty bad.
You just threw the ball on the ground.
Oh my god! Yeah, you're right. The last 2 names, one is PTO. His next name is PTO. JSN. Flores has said, "You're just not going to do anything today." Flores told him to clock out. Flores told him that you're not doing shit because 4 targets, 2 catches, 23 yards, 4 points. Flores just locked everything up. Like I could have locked up the playoffs this week because I got the Darnold JSN stack, which sounds funny, but it was pretty effective most of this year. And Flores just said, "Fuck your stack." Just fuck it all together.
So we're not gonna make Sam Darnold look good. We're not gonna get embarrassed, but on both ends, we're only get embarrassed.
Yeah,
on one end.
Yeah, that was actually I think Flores actually saved face for the Vikings in a sense because if Darnold would have tore them up. Then you have Brosmer throwing. It should have.
It would get real dark in those purple streets, man. It would get real dark. It is already pretty bleak.
K-Fan would have had a mob outside of ready outside of Vikings headquarters if that would have happened. So yeah, you're right. So JSN, obviously, he's wide receiver 1 for the year. He's your guy. He had PTO. Brian Flores told him to take the PTO. So it's not anything to be concerned about, just what it is. Yep. The last name, Matt, I think you know the last name. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it again.
Justin Jefferson?
Yes. McCarthy has killed. He's essentially killed Justin Jefferson. And that's why the bigs are flying around because fantasy football has lifted the NFL landscape from just the top teams or your favorite team. It's like you find people that are like in freaking Guam, U.S. territory, that play fantasy football that drafted Justin Jefferson and like, why am I not getting the Justin Jefferson treatment? Yeah. So I think that's what's fueling the whole thing behind McCarthy because it's like you're affecting Justin Jefferson because we've seen shitty quarterbacks and we don't really care. But it's like you're affecting the fantasy ecosystem and you can't do that. Cannot do that.
Right. You're making fantasy football not be what fantasy football is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about certain wide receiver is dominating, and he's not dominating. If anything, he's actually playing below average.
Yes, he is.
Average. So there's something I can't say, man. There's something I can't say. The quarterback situation is laughable. It's a laughable. Like when you get to the point where you're so bad when you cheer because they completed a pass, a simple pass, a 4 out, just a 4-yard pass, and you cheer. That's where we're at.
It's got to the point where, like, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, as the resident Viking hater, I was having a ball the first few weeks, but it's just gotten sad. I don't I was sharing everything about when it was at its apex. I was sharing everything about this, but it's just like I started to feel bad because like the world's in on it now. Like everybody has a JJ McCarthy 9 meme now.
Right, yeah.
It's just bad.
Before it made me sad. Not just laugh at it because now I agree with it because his face again, like I said, is becoming increasingly more punchable. And like we had hope with Brosmer, like yes, this is our Brock Purdy, this is our what, we're saving it for this moment. JJ McCarthy's really not hurt; he's doing a Dak injury, right?
Yeah.
And he was worse.
He was
like, oh no,
worse.
he sucked again, man.
And I did comment about that. Obviously, I was just like, KOC's a sick man because KOC threw Brosmer out there to this vaunted Seahawks defense, knowing it would be a palate cleanser. Like, hey, it could get worse. Relax. Like it could get worse. Relax, guys. Relax.
It was 4th down. I don't know why he decided to go with that. That was beyond me. Going for it on 4th down with a fucking terrible quarterback when you just kicked the field goal. He went for it on 4th down. And instead of taking a sack, he handed it to the other player for. It wasn't even a pick 6; it was a handoff 6. Anyways, we're moving on, Yanni.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on banging on that. So that's what we have. We as a pod right now, we were trying to reach out to Dak, but Dak's high on Toradol right now, so we don't have any Dak packs for you. But he's
Brian Thomas Jr. Literally drop him.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm for it. Drop him because at this point in time, I don't know if last year was a fever dream. I don't think it was, but it's just like I don't know. Just drop him.
When Jacoby Myers comes out of nowhere, it starts dominating. He doesn't have a connection with Trevor Lawrence. When Parker Washington's been outproducing you every year, with Travis Hunter, who's a cornerback, was about to outproduce you.
He's a cornerback.
Coming back. Brenton Strange is coming back and looks like a really viable option. And
Trevor loves his tight ends.
Yeah, he does. He does. He doesn't love Brian Thomas Jr.
That's it. He loves everybody. I'm at this point now where you could bring in a war criminal and start him, and he would have more points and targets than Brian Thomas. He just does not like Brian Thomas Jr. at all. Does not like him.
Cool. All right, to just kind of keep continue harping this. I know we talked about it a little earlier. I just want to see how far we could go before I would feel comfortable with starting Brian Thomas Jr. over them.
Oh my God, we're gonna get nasty. Come on, man.
You ready to get nasty with me, Yanni?
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to think about the names I'd start over.
I'm just scroll down deeper and to see how. Okay, I've been pretty deep territory.
All right.
You start Parker Washington over
easily. Not even thinking about it. Yes.
All right. Michael Wilson.
Yes.
Even though he had 7 points. Okay.
Don't care. Yeah.
This is nasty. This person out targeted Justin Jefferson. You start Jordan Addison over Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah. Yeah. These are easy.
Oh, that's just nasty. That's easy. I don't know. Starting on anything. I don't know, Yanni. I don't know if that's easy. That's pretty disgusting.
He hates this man. We don't know what he did. He hates this man.
Jaden Higgins, who had 13 points in back-to-back weeks.
That's what I'm saying. I still would start him, Jaden Higgins, but we're getting there now.
Here's the thing. I've said all these names, and Brian Thomas Jr. is ranked underneath all these guys. Every single name I read, he has been less. He's right now wide receiver 50. Jaden Higgins is wide receiver 48. Jordan Addison with a terrible fucking year is wide receiver 46. Mac Hollins is over him.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, stop there.
No, Mac Hollins is wide receiver 49. Brian Thomas Jr. is wide receiver 50. Mac Hollins has had a 5-point game, a 5-point game. A couple games in there, but
oh my God, yeah, Mac Hollins. I can't start Mac Hollins over Brian. I can't do it. I cannot. That's my limit.
Keon Coleman's right behind him. Xavier Worthy.
That's my limit. Yeah, I'm Xavier. Yeah, Xavier Worthy. I would start. It could happen. 5 flex. Yeah, it can happen. But like Keon Coleman and Mac Hollins, like no.
That's wide receiver 5 territories, ladies and gentlemen, and Bob. Wide receiver 5.
I think Matt has done us a solid because we didn't have any packs, but for Dak, Matt honored you because that is the greatest. That's one of the best packs I've had in a minute. Yeah, just drop him. If we're talking about wide receiver 5 category, forget about last year. Last year was a fever dream, I guess. Or maybe Mac Jones is a wizard. I don't know, but just forget about last year. Drop Brian Thomas Jr. It's done. It's done for this year, at least. It's done. Maybe they'll go to counseling. Maybe Ayana will come and talk to both of them. I don't know, but it's done for this year. Matt's right. Drop Brian Thomas Jr. It's done.
All right, we got a comment in the
Comment.
chat. Let's see what
Obviously,
this comment's about. What is this?
I'm just gonna read this. This is James.
What's
James
up,
is.
James?
I'm just gonna encapsulate it. James is saying that plays need to be called for Jefferson screens, crossing routes, wide receiver design runs. Listen, James. James.
What do you think they're doing, James?
Yeah, come on. I don't watch Vikings games, and I know that's just come on. Like this, you think KOC's not cooking up for Justin Jefferson?
They're going against the Seattle Seahawks. They completely just the whole game plan was just take him out the game. They're playing against a third string quarterback and let him to throw to Jordan Addison all day long, and that's what happened. And it was quite a horrific experience.
Yeah, they're scheming up from as best as they can, but at the end of the day, like I said, I think I'm gonna get this off before we go into the next segment and let Matt tell us about. Well, we don't have any. Well, I think we're gonna go back to Dynasty Court after this, but like we know the extent of KOC's powers, and KOC's powers extend to talented young quarterbacks and reformed former talented quarterbacks. And that's not a shot at him because shit, a lot of people can't reform quarterbacks as we've seen. So a lot of people just get gifted quarterbacks. So, but you can't give him dog shit. That's what we know. The extent of KOC's powers is not to turn dog shit into whatchamacallit. KOC's powers is turning backups, like trusted backups. Like, what was the guy's name that he had before? There was like two backups he turned.
Nick Mullins.
No, that other dude. The dude. He went to the. He almost went to the Super Bowl, huh?
Bald guy, Dobbs.
No, Dobbs too. Who was the guy that he almost turned him? The guy almost went to the Super Bowl. He was the backup, and he played really well, and he almost got him in the game.
Yep, San Francisco guy.
Maybe. Matt, you're a Vikings fan. Produce the name.
What name are we talking about here? We're going.
It was the year that Bortles almost went. It was the year that the Super Bowl was held here. And
you're talking about Chase Keenum?
Yes, there we go, Keenum. Like you have to be a career backup, a trusted career backup for him to turn you into the darling of the night. At least that's the extent of KOC's powers is career trusted backup or higher.
No, it's someone who can complete a pass. Can he complete a pass? Hey, he complete a pass. I can work with you.
But what? But I don't want to say that because it can't just be that. Because why on God's green earth would you let Darnold leave why would you let Darnold and Daniel Jones out the facility last year if you didn't know this guy could do the pass?
Because they saw what everyone will see in the Seattle Seahawks. Plus, every time Darnold has a big game, he's very Kirk. He collapses. There was a big game recently.
But I'm saying I'm not saying that he's the next Joe, the next Joe Montana. I'm just saying that in comparison to what you have now, why did you let those guys leave the building?
It's like I get it. It's like what's that Brad Pitt movie? What was it that money called? Moneyball. It's Moneyball style, right? It's like let's save money. I'm not paying this guy $30 million if he's not going to give us over the hump. Sam Darnold is not going to get any team over the hump. He just won't.
Yes, and you're right. I guess I'm gonna let you cook there in that extent. But then I guess the antithesis to that is you're thinking that. You're not thinking about how bad things can get, and obviously,
yeah, that's where we're at. We're at the point where we're laughing now.
We're having some what? Was it fuck around and find out? Like FAFO. Yeah, that's what it is. Because that's what it is. Fucking around and finding out that it can get worse. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Like you overpay for somebody that will wilt. Maybe in a divisional game, and you'll say, I don't want to pay this guy. I don't know if he's the guy. But
let's be real. Seahawks are just going to win 11 games every year, 10 games every year, 9 games, and never go anywhere. That's their destiny. That's what's going to be.
But also to be fair, is saying that is a thing that's cool. But it's like there's only a few like a small amount of human beings that can like take a team. Sans a generational defense. I'm not going to include Jalen Hurts in that category, but it's really like Patty. I feel like Josh Allen possibly could.
And the only way you get these players is in the draft. That's the only way you could get these players.
But then you got to pick the right one.
That's what it comes down to, right? So you just got to keep throwing the fucking dart at the board, and you miss. Okay, let's throw in a Mac Jones. Let's get Jacoby Brissett. Someone, please, Bill Zabby, please, someone.
Yes.
Here. Can you complete a pass, please? Can you complete a pass? And then just keep rolling that dice in the draft picks. I get it. I get the philosophy. We missed. Big swing and a miss.
Okay, so so you're owning that as a big miss now.
I'm owning the process. Look at Daniel Jones, right? Daniel Jones is having these big games. Defense has figured their offense out, and he's getting pretty minimized a little bit here. And like I said with Daniel Jones, I think the ceiling for them is 10 wins, 11 wins. They might lose the division coming up pretty soon here, right? Like, I think, yes, we let both of those guys go, and yes, they're having really good seasons. But it's like the only way we can get that player to get us over the top is the draft. That's the only way.
No, of course.
And that is literally the only way.
Patties just don't go and then you trade for them. No, of course, you're right. Once they're there,
Joe Burrows, they're there. Josh Allen's, right?
They're there. So, you're right.
Who was the last quarterback that was traded? Was it Matt Stafford? Matt Stafford who won a Super Bowl? Matt Stafford and Drew Brees.
Yes.
Right. Those were twice in the years 2000s. Whole 2000s was Matt Stafford and Drew Brees.
So you're saying in 2 decades it just doesn't happen. I agree with your point. You're right. That you just don't get those guys are just not on shelves. I agree. You're right. But you just got to pick the right one. That's all. Which is not easy. Not easy either. But for me, it's not like how can I put this? It's not like there's not like fool's gold where it's like, oh man, this guy wasn't good. I never ever thought he jumped off on tape. So I'm just kind of confused on what was being seen because it's like I'm trying to think of a name.
He got half his own supply. He smelled his own piss. He was smelling his own piss too much, right? He was just smelling his own piss. Just thought
he was
O'Connell. He just thought he just fix anyone, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. He's got to be. There was an amount of arrogance there because it's like there was nothing that jumped off on tape. Where it was like you need to get this guy, and this guy is like the guy to have, or this guy you can trust him in the organization going forward. Like no, I mean like even for me, like I remember names of guys that I've seen throw football. I'm like that guy could still be good. Like Josh Rosen, I like Josh Rosen. I obviously love Jay Cutler.
Complete a pass.
You know what I'm saying? Like guys like who jump off on tape where I'm like, wow, they didn't work out, huh? But McCarthy's tape, Michigan tape was mid. So I'm confused. But it was so I just don't know because it's like Rosen's like, damn, that didn't work out. Well, Cutler's obviously a dick, and obviously you gotta be a leader. People have to actually like you, but Cutler can like whistle a pass anywhere. He just is unreasonable to be around.
Pouts a lot. He just pouts. He had the most punchable face. His biggest badge on NFL Madden was very punchable face. That was,
but he had a arm on him, and he could throw that thing. So it's just like perfect example. Like I guess with Cam Newton, like he has high level athleticism. Obviously, like Josh Allen has a cannon. Like there's like if you're talking about Madden traits, McCarthy has no badges coming in. Like you knew Cam Newton had like crazy athleticism.
Comeback kid. That was fucking. He had 2 games.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Every other comeback. Every other game, it wasn't comeback because we were down. He was a comeback for every single game. 2 of them times it worked out. Every other game we were always.
I was talking about his Michigan tape. I was like what led him to? But obviously, once again, this JJ McCarthy has sabotaged also the pod too. So but get off this. Let's go to Dynasty Court. Let's get out of this.
I don't know. There's no good theme song for Dynasty Court. I guess I'll just put up my fucking notes. All right.
All I'm gonna do is SVU. Damn.
You know, what I've realized as I've been doing this for the past couple of weeks, I gotta quit doing 2 topics. I'm running out of topics, so I'm only doing 1 topic this week.
Yeah, stretch it. Yeah, just gotta stretch it out.
Your Honor, we are now bringing to the court of discussion the validity of dynasty day trading. Okay, is it an art form that we should partake in? Should be the real way to play dynasty football instead of holding on to players and keeping them in your back pocket, waiting them to blossom like a fucking dragon egg?
Dynasty day trading. Can you explain this to me?
Yes. So what I mean by dynasty day trading, I mean having absolutely no attachment to your players. 0. None. Don't even like them as men. Maybe as men, but not as people at least. And then exchange these players whenever there is a lot of steam or the value is through the roof. Now, obviously, this sounds like sell high, buy low type of thing, but I don't think in actuality as dynasty players that we commit to this, right?
I mean, 100% no.
Not because we let our emotions, we get attached to these players. We think we have the next beautiful dragon egg. It's gonna go out to be a dragon egg, and it turns out to cluck like a fucking chicken.
Well, sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So what I mean by this, there's points in the time where I went to the sexy name database. There's points of times where all these players popped off the page, and we thought, even on this podcast, if you look back and listen to our mistakes, even on this podcast, we thought these guys were the guys. Granderson, OG, right?
Man.
There was a point in time
supposed to sell him. Yeah,
I was offering multiple seconds. Not multiple seconds. Well, I was offering multiple seconds, but also first. I was offering some first for Granderson, and people were turning it down. Yep.
Oh, y'all was both crazy.
Roma Dunze. There's a bunch of steam on him early in the season when he was getting those touchdowns, boy. When he was getting a touchdown.
Nah, man, it's too early to say. But you're right. I get what you're saying. Now it looks a certain way. I get it.
What I'm saying is, whenever these unproven assets who are being treated as blue chips, we have no undeniable proof that they are blue chip assets.
You're right.
You got to pull. And I feel like if you commit to that strategy of always selling that, I feel like more times than not you will win. It's gonna be ugly. People can make fun of you. It's
the
nasty.
one time when you eat crow, it's gonna be crow for the rest of your life. But you're right.
I
agree. You're right.
Look, all right. So I went into my database. Okay, I pulled some sexy names, and these are names that were very sexy at some point in the season that we all really that were being our Me Too, and probably on this podcast we were thinking that they're going to be the next guys forever. And let's just see if they were able to maintain that sexiness, that steam throughout the whole season. Okay. You ready for my cool list of sexy names catalog?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Drake May, very sexy name, very very sexy name. Has he steamed off? Yanni, people still have a very high perception of Drake May.
They do, yeah.
He is currently a low end quarterback one since week 9, right? So I'm saying it's like if you trade these high steam. Okay, let me dive a little bit deeper. Okay, Jackson Dart.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, he had a lot of steam. There's a point in the season where you can sell it for 2 firsts.
Yep, I like that.
If you committed to the strategy, it's traded Jackson Dart. Now, Jackson Dart's still pretty fucking good. I'm saying, like, if you commit to the strategy, you're gonna trade away good players. Now, some people probably say, Matt, why the fuck do you want to keep trading away good players for first? Right? The point I'm trying to get is these players who have steam are eventually gonna taper back to middle tiered level players. They have all this. Emeka Egbuka. Right?
I was gonna say
Emeka Egbuka, we were all riding high. Emeka Egbuka, right? We thought he was gonna be the next Justin Jefferson, right?
Surely.
And now it looks more like Jordan Addison, right? Like if you pull up a stat, let me pull up just.
No, I seen it actually today. It's and obviously I haven't pulled up. I'm gonna pull it up, but I mean, like Emeka Egbuka, I was like surprised. Like these last few games have been super tame, and not to say the targets aren't there. The targets are there. It's just like I think he's. Obviously, regardless, like Matt saying, he's being hyper focused, and we're gonna find out now if he can actually be that one where people are gunning for him because there's no Mike Evans. Mike Evans is not coming to the door to help him anymore or help him at that time. And I think now with that hyper focus, like since week 5, teams have come in and said you're not gonna hoop today unless you're gonna become that wide receiver one that we cannot deny. Like you're not going to get free hoops, no more free layups anymore. Because obviously San Fran was 4 points week 6, week 7 Detroit 9 points. Even the New Orleans Saints saw him 6 points to say he wasn't going to hoop that week. He put up 23 against the New England Patriots, but then right back after that, Buffalo Bills said 9 points, which is not bad. But then Rams say 6 points, you're not doing shit, and Arizona Cardinals saw him 8 points, you're not doing shit either. So, I mean. And this is a guy that is like unquestioned right now, the top target on a team that has Baker Mayfield. He actually have a quarterback, so
and he still has steam. You can still sell it for a first plus.
Oh, right? Still all day.
But the reality is, 6 out of the past 7 games, he scored under 10 points. Right? Like he went from Justin Jefferson
with keys.
To Addison.
With keys. That's tough. That's you're right. That is tough to ignore. And the only thing that you can kind of pacify and tell yourself is he's still a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly it.
And Brian Thomas Jr. was once a rookie, right? You know what I'm saying? Players like Chris Olave with the Waddles I mean, now they're doing okay now, but look how long it took them to recoup the value the rookie year.
That is true.
Like you could sell them for 2 or 3.
You went crazy, man. Dude. Yeah, you went crazy.
And then they just taper back to the middle tier. Like if you're not a blue chipper. Right, if you're not a Bijan, a JSN, a Gibbs, a CeeDee Lamb,
don't say Jason because Jason was cheap enough that I got him off for a second and Tank Dell.
He at the pass, right? Exactly. Well, so yeah, that's kind of the reverse of my argument.
I think when you talk about blue chipper, I think that you're talking about like because some of guys that have always been good. Surprisingly, I'm gonna say a name that doesn't get enough love. You're talking about Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, but also Amon-Ra. You're talking about names like that, like where they've come into the team and there's like, I'm the guy, and they stay the guy.
And it's been undenied for over a season.
Yes,
at least over a season,
2 or 3 seasons. Yeah,
exactly, undenied, right? And then players like that, yes, you hang on to those, but everyone else, it's just kind of fucking disposable, man. They're kind of fucking disposable. Like, so if you get these Emeka Bukas, if you catch that Rico Dotto wave, if you cut that Rico Dotto wave, is able to trade him for first. He's the backup again. He's currently the back. Like earlier this season,
if you sold on the steam, you came up.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you always sell,
you're right.
Unless they're blue, like if they're in the blue chip, or no, hang on. But if any other player, and you get offered a first for any other player,
so you're saying day trade on unproven assets.
Always. I'm saying you have to commit to it, and sometimes you're gonna be wrong. Sometimes you're gonna trade a Puka. Sometimes
I like it. I actually have a trade as an example. Go ahead, keep on talking. I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, sometimes you're gonna be wrong, but I think if you do it consistently, I think overall it pays off. And the funny thing is, like, these Emeka Buka is scoring less points than Jacoby Myers right now. You could get Jacoby Myers for a fucking second. You could got him for a third early in the
year. They were throwing Jacoby Myers in Happy Meals, man.
Wando Robinson is scoring more points.
They were throwing him in Happy Meals, man.
Right. Wando Robinson, Adonai Mitchell right now is scoring more points. The fucking Roma Dunze, right? All these players who had super high steam and were unconfirmed blue chippers. If you were to sell them for, or hear me out, Yanni. Take a step back. You sell these unconfirmed blue chip or the people who we are projecting blue chip status on prematurely, and that happens often. If you trade it for AJ Brown, for AJ Brown plus, if you
knowing that he would bounce back, like, you know what I'm saying, feeling because he has that pedigree to bounce back, and I agree. I feel what I feel it.
But if you have to commit to that strategy, and if you commit to that strategy, I think you could be a pretty fucking good damn fantasy football player. Now it's tough to do, right? Because when we got the new sexy hotness that everyone is talking about,
it's hard to give it up.
It takes to say, I don't want the coolest shiny toy. I'm good on the coolest shiny toy. I'm gonna take my profit and go.
It takes some stones, because I'm gonna tell you about a trade. So in the league that Matt and Dak turned down adopting in, I had to fill out the rest of the roster. So I managed to get a shiny toy. And I already had a shiny toy. I had Garrett Wilson, and I also had the new shiny toy in the Emeka Egbuka. I traded Emeka Egbuka and Garrett Wilson and the 2027 first and 2027 second, and turned it into Bo Nix, Omarion Hampton, and Ted McMillan. When I told Dak Matt about this, they're like, I don't know.
Fucking insane. Even you tell me that now, I think you're fucking insane.
But Ted's been hooping. Bo Nix is a top 10 QB in a super flex league. And Emeka Egbuka has come down to earth for now for this season, and Garrett Wilson is, he's chilling, getting paid.
I guess for the season, yes, it works out. But Garrett Wilson value equals Bo Nix ish. Bo Nix might be a little bit higher.
Yeah, he's a QB. It's a super flex, man.
Emeka in the first for Ted McMillan.
Emeka in the first for Ted McMillan and Omarion Hampton.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Because I had RBs. I had you starting as RBs. That believe me, like, you know how I make my teams. So obviously I had to sacrifice.
Yanni gets a bunch of wide receivers and figures out running backs last. That's the last thing he ever thinks about.
Yes. So yes,
defense. He has 3 defenses on his roster, but not a good running back.
Hey, I sold Seahawks defense in one league for 2 seconds. I caught somebody. So
insane.
But to close up the court, I think you're absolutely right. I actually agree with you, and I agree with the case you brought together that it's not easy, because you're gonna get railed, and sometimes you'll get railed and you'll be wrong about it. But if you can just, I don't know, turn off all social media and just make the trade, and just turn your phone off. You will probably win it more times than not by selling on people's hotness. You're right.
Now the tough part is we don't know when the hotness is going to drop off. So, but if it's hot, if you feel like think about Cam Scatterboo. That Cam Scatterboo energy was a little different, right?
It was different.
If you feel like it's getting steamy, right? Like you gotta sell high, right? Like, and I don't know. There's a couple other names.
No, you're right. I think you had a great examples with the names you presented: Scatterboo, Dowdle, Egbuka. Like at point in times, people weren't hearing shit about these people.
When people are putting them in top 5 status at the position, whenever that happens,
go get it, go do it. Just
pass it in. You just have to eject and just take the profit and run, and pick up those nasty unslept, because you could win in the league with Alec Pierce. You can have a championship team with Alec Pierce being a part of your core, right? It sounds fucking crazy. It sounds fucking nasty, but they don't have the first round pedigree. They don't have the first round sexiness, right? But like, if you have the balls to trade these players away, I think you're gonna have a lot of Devontae Adams. You're gonna have a lot of weird, funky names, but you're probably a really good dynasty.
These weird, funky names is winning, man. I did not have Devontae Adams absolutely killing fantasies here. He's close to getting 20 touchdowns. Like you just don't know.
Also, I think I made this point earlier, but I didn't dive into it. The reason why I gather all these first, right, is to trade them for the blue chippers, right?
So this is for sure, guys. Put them all together, yeah.
My strategy been for the past couple of years is I trade away anyone if they're not my top 3 players, they're available for a first. And they're not my top 3 players, I sell them for a first. I'll take those first and trade for someone who will be my top 3 players, and just spend that cycle over and over again. And I think that is what leads to a lot of fantasy success because not many people want a Cam Ward, but everyone wants a first, right?
Man,
not everyone wants George Kittle, but everyone wants a first.
That's
right?
true.
So
that's fair. You're right. I guess to agree with your court, and obviously to talk about the last segment, I'm gonna speak through these names. For waivers this week, obviously waivers gets more and more slim, but I do have 3 names that do deserve to be talked about and to be prioritized. I mentioned 2 of them. I'm just going to mention the other names so that way it makes sense. Devin Singletary is a name to watch out for. Obviously, Tyrone Tracy didn't do shit. He's got the keys, and obviously, Devin Singletary looked pretty good against New England.
What did I say about Devin Singletary? I say don't underestimate his ability to be.
You did, and he was annoying because if you had Tyrone Tracy, you're like, okay, well, what the fuck did they do? And you look at Devin Singletary, it's like, oh, they did that. He had obviously 12 carries, 68 yards, a touchdown. Then he had 3 catches for 34 yards, 18 points. Yeah, man, Tyrone Tracy shit. He's shit. I'm just gonna say you're shit. You're shit, Tyrone Tracy. And I don't expect anything else out of him. But Devin Singletary, on the other hand, is available in rostered in less than 30% of leagues. So he's available in your leagues. Don't tell me about any kind of sharp league. No, it's not a taco league. ESPN, which probably hosts the most leagues to this day right now, he's available in 30% of the leagues. So he's available in your league. Go get him.
I think with Devin Singletary, like he's prior to last year, he was always a competent running back. He was never going to break your team. He's never going to break fantasy, but he's always been competent. I think last year was just an awful year for him. Actually, look at his stats; it's fucking awful. But I think he's back to like getting the respect of the coaches, and he's not going to go away. His snap percentage is going up, and he's fucking Devin Singletary. He's good enough to be on the field. He's not great enough to break fantasy, but he's good enough to not have Tyrone Tracy have any success.
Yeah. So I have another name. This name could be annoying, not in a bad way. Not to say he means to be, but he's in a new spot doing his thing. This is Devon Vele. Obviously, he had 8. This is 8 catches, 93 yards, and touchdown on 8 targets, so 8 of 8, for 23 fantasy points. The biggest thing with this is it's not the fact that he's going to be the guy going forward. It's more about if Chris Olave is like, oh, we're not going to really be doing anything. You already paid me. I'll take some PTO. Because they're saying Chris Olave had back spasms. And one thing about manageable injuries on teams that are not going anywhere, those stars are like, I'll take PTO. Sometimes they're just like, I'll take PTO. If I'm still getting paid the same amount of money that I would if I played, but we're not going anywhere, I'll just take the money and without the injury. Yeah.
And Justin Jefferson might do the same, which I'm afraid
of.
Yeah. But my thing is, I don't think it's gonna be Devon Vele. Vele seems like a trap. That's the most clearest trap I've ever seen in my life. That Devon Vele thing is a trap. I think what has to happen if Chris Olave does take PTO is just gonna be Juwan Johnson.
You can't Juwan Johnson the whole game. You cannot,
bro. Look at his stats. You could definitely Juwan Johnson the whole game, and they probably will Juwan Johnson the whole fucking game. He's back to being great again. Juwan Johnson went from having a great start to he simmered off. And then now he's back to being great. No one's talking about Juwan Johnson. But Juwan Johnson, look up his stats. Look up his stats right now. He's having a good fucking time.
No, he is. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying that teams, I feel like if teams with no Chris Olave there, teams will immediately go to Juwan Johnson and Devin Vele will. That's how I feel. But once again, these are waivers.
I'm telling
you, it could be a trap. Could be a trap.
Ladies and gentlemen and Bob, don't do it. It's a trap. It's the
biggest
fucking trap. It's
just
a clear
saying.
Trap. It's a clear fucking trap. Just like the Michael Wilson shit, that shit was a trap too. This shit right here, this Devon Vele shit, this is a trap.
You know what's not a trap? this next name. Now, obviously, quickly about Devon Vele, he is rostered in less than 1% of your league, so he's available in everybody's league. This last name,
he's not good. Yeah,
is sexy. This last name will probably have the rest of the targets for the rest of the year because there's no point in the alpha playing because their team is dog shit. It's Adonai Mitchell, man. Adonai Mitchell is auditioning. Garrett Wilson has no reason to rush back at all because you're still getting paid a game check because you're quote unquote too injured to play. So and your team's not going anywhere. So why would you risk injury on a team that is shit? So this means this is Adonai Mitchell's team for the rest of the year. He is rostered in less than 3% of leagues, and he is very talented. He already had first round wide receiver grades coming out of Texas for obvious reasons. It's that he had the dropsies. Now he did show some of the dropsies initially when he came to the Jets. He was traded there, but he caught on against a good Atlanta defense, Raheem Morris. So it's not just like this is a shit defense. And he had 12 targets. He earned 12 targets, 8 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown. He has Miami left, Jacksonville left, New Orleans left, New England left, and Buffalo left. I feel like he's gonna be very motivated to show like I'm not even auditioning next year. Like this is my spot, and he can stamp that with these next 5 games.
Yeah, I think thankfully for him, he has Tyrod Taylor doing alive. Tyrod Taylor's in the locker room. And he's gonna get targeted, and they're not gonna be the best targets in the world. But Tyrod Taylor is also looking for a paycheck. He's also looking for relevancy to remain in the league every single year, like he has been. Yeah. And he's just gonna keep throwing it at Adonai Mitchell. I think these targets are gonna go down. The question is, our defense gonna be able to shut Adonai Mitchell down because they're gonna look at their passing offense.
Yeah.
Say, we gotta guard these two. We gotta guard Mitchell and Mechie.
Pretty much.
Easy, right? So that's what it comes down to. Is Adonai Mitchell able to overcome defense's attention? Or is the defense is just gonna be focused on Breece Hall for so long? I don't know. I like it a lot better. This is not a trap.
Yes,
not a trap.
Yes.
However, I think our expectations should be tampered. He's gonna have the opportunities, but I don't know if he's gonna have the production. Look at his game logs, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, and Bob. Look at his game log. Okay, let's start there.
Okay, fine. So looking at his game log, I was just talking about Adonai Mitchell's, right?
Yeah, well, I didn't mean literally, but I mean figuratively, literally. Yeah, he's only had a couple of games where he's actually on the field. Now, of course, that a lot of good receivers with the Colts. When he was on the field,
we got to keep in the framework of Week 10 going forward.
So let's look at when he has over 85% of the snaps, all the games in his career, which is only 2-year career. It's pretty easy to go through. 13 points, 94% of snaps. 4 points, 89% of the snaps.
Are you talking about his whole career, man?
His whole career. I think this is justified. I think when he's on the field, it comes down to when he's on the field, what is he doing? And I'm talking about when he's on the field, this is what he's doing. This past year,
Matt, we have to keep it in the framework of Week 10 going forward.
Okay. So he got to the Jets a couple weeks ago.
Yes,
Week 12, 85% of the snaps, 6 points.
Yes.
Right. So this game is literally an outlier.
You're right.
Literally. However, he did have that one game where he dropped the interception or dropped the touchdown right above that, and he really fucked himself over about getting a big paycheck and a signing bonus and all that good stuff, having a big game, and he dropped the fumble. However, that we can't ignore that. That's a part of the equation. But the fact he's capable of that should make you weary.
Yes. Quickly, obviously, to end the pod, Twin City Trav says that, he feels like Adonai is more boomer bust than Vele. If he doesn't get the deep ball, it's tough. That could be true. But
it's a matter of targets, man. Look, just look at the target.
Targets 12 is healthy.
We've been here with Vele before, man. I don't trust Vele at all. Not even a fucking little bit. Like there's no sane reason for you to start him next week. There's really none. Even if Chris Olave, gets the goosebumps and is sitting out, you should have started Von Vele. Like there's no reason. Okay, even if Drew Brees comes back, he got biotic arms and decides to start throwing it for the Saints again, it's not happening. Just please don't do it. I mean, you can do it if you want, Travis. I mean, I know you're a very savvy fantasy football player, but that's the biggest fucking trap I've ever heard of, my opinion.
Fair enough. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else, Matt? Any parting shots?
For some folks, The playoffs have officially started for you. Some of those folks in some leagues. We are here. This is what we waited for. And if your team is ass, you finally get to put out your misery and only focus on the teams that are good from now on. Right? Ain't that exciting? Our ass teams, we could just fucking just ignore them and just act like they.
No, I think coming from a commissioner's perspective, obviously being commissioner of a dynasty league that has a punishment, consolation rounds. I think you should and also being a commissioner of a redraft league, everybody should still have an aim, so they still start their players, even though they're not part of the main bracket. Like play for the consolation round, like the consolation round in the redraft league that me and Matt are in. Like the winner consolation round gets to choose a draft order. Like don't just put them at the kids' table and say just eat shit. Like either make them scared for a punishment or make them play for a consolation round or a good draft pick, for next year's redraft.
Sounds like we officially have a second topic for next week's Dynasty Court.
I love it. We will say that for next week. Hopefully, next week. I know we said that we're going to shoot up Dak with a whole bunch of Brett Favre drugs. Those drugs didn't take root. So what we're going to do is we're going to send him
cocaine
to Germany. No, well, not.
Now we're switching to cocaine.
Okay, Matt's going to shoot him with cocaine. We're going to have him sniff that. But we're also going to send him to that area in Germany where C-Mac got his knee infusion 2 years ago.
Kobe and them went.
Yep. Yeah. That place. Yeah, so he's going to do that. And we'll see if he'll be back in the pod next week. Yeah.
We love y'all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for commenting. Okay.
Yes.